What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Brass, and you are now rocking with the BT5 Series. Here right now, we got a special guest for you. Y'all see the name, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Talk to him, bro.
So it's Big Mooky. We're representing the 919 Bull City all the way, but we're out here in Raleigh right now. Big Mooky, baby. What's good? What's good?
All
We're on
right,
tour right
so
now.
yeah, I'm about to say like you've been very active, like really since I've known you, you've been very active. But like I think my first time meeting you, let me see, really would have been Feisty Fest. So it was actually at an event that I had organized or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
I mean, because
Yeah.
like we might have even met at K-Mix before that too.
Possibly.
Remember?
Possibly K-Mix.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. I mean, we had I had a tour last year that was like it was a lot more shows than this tour. Granted, I
Yeah.
called it my close to home tour because really it was all just like in the same three cities, like hitting the same market like
Yeah.
repeatedly. Um, this tour is probably like half that length, but I'm having the privilege of being able to go outside of my usual market. So like we got to go to Richmond, which was awesome, beautiful Richmond, and then we also
Absolutely.
got to go down to St. Petersburg, Florida, which, dude, it was 116 degrees on show day in Florida. My God, like I didn't even know it was possible to make me miss like 95-degree heat. But I was literally like, dude, I wish it was 95 right now. Like
Like 116, some other heat, man.
116, man. Literal
The
hellfire.
heat.
Like that's not human, man.
That's,
That's not earthly. Yeah.
that's not earthly. Like sitting in the middle of hell at that point, that is crazy.
Dude,
It's like
I'm happy anybody showed up to that show because if I looked at the forecast and saw that it was 116, I'm staying my ass home. I'm getting
yeah,
in the pool. I'm putting some ice in the tub. I don't know what I'm doing.
that right there is some like so you look see Florida got that kind of heat where it doesn't burn the skin, it gets in the skin and cooks you from
Yeah.
the inside. That's why oh my gosh, like I've been to Florida several times, man, and every single time it's always like that. It was hot like that in a December one time.
Yeah, no,
Like
they don't know what their seasonal clock is broken, I think.
like they don't have a season. They flip flop. Just
I'm not
one
gonna say
two.
too much about Florida. I don't want Florida man to come after me, but just I'm just say their weather's
Or
crazy, man.
look, I love Florida. I love you, Florida. Like I rock with you, Florida. Period. But y'all hot. Y'all just hot.
You got
But
to. You got to meet them where they're at. They're their own
exactly,
thing. They're their own
they're their
thing.
own thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, so with this tour so far, what is something that has like changed from this tour? You know, like from the last one that you did to this one. Like, what's something that you've noticed?
I mean, the first tour, like both tours, really just sort of came together. I was like, oh, I have this show and I have this show. That's kind of near each other. I might as well pick up this show and this show. So it just sort
Yeah,
of happened. That it's not like somebody's like, hey, Mookie, do you want to go on tour? Because I feel like a lot of other artists, what they don't understand is that like you shouldn't be waiting for people to book you. You should be booking yourself. So I feel
absolutely.
like if anything, this time around, I'm a bit more confident in that. And then like I don't know when you're told that you're going on tour, like even if, like I said, even if you set it up yourself, it's oh, I'm going on tour. You have the Hollywood version of that in your head, right? You know what I mean? Like the
Right,
almost famous like montage or what have you. But
right.
I feel like this time around, not to say that I'm disillusioned or like because it's like I still love this just as much as I did last time. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. But it's like my expectations I feel like are in a better place. Or just like each show, I'm just gonna go out here and literally give my all on this stage, regardless of what surrounding it, because that's what the people paid to see. And I felt like I don't know. I feel like I'm a bit more in my element on this tour for sure.
Okay. That's you know what? That's a good way to break it down too, because a lot of times when people hear the word tour, it's the montage that comes to their head.
Yeah,
Like they see you on the tour bus playing the little guitar in the clip for like 2 seconds, and then on stage back to back to back.
I
That's
mean,
what they
like
think.
people need to realize like artist social media is no different than anybody else's social media. You're capturing the what you think the best moments are and then fine tuning them. You know what I mean? So like I feel like this time around because I have a new Instagram too. Last tour, my Instagram was going crazy. It was above like 13,000 followers. This time
Yeah,
around, I have a bit more people in my corner behind the scenes that are like, "Yo, don't like do this grassroots as much as possible." Like, there's obviously 52% of the users on the internet are bots to begin with, unfortunately, but like I'm just sort of trying to dodge that as much as possible. So we did start. We changed from 919 Mooky to Big Mooky Music. So now it's at like 456 or something like that. But I know that I can DM every single one of those followers and be like, "Yo, do you want to come to a show?" You know what I mean? So like that's a
yeah,
bit. I feel like having that like just a tweaked mindset from that, like, oh, I'm on tour. That means like, because like as soon as you tell somebody you're on tour, they're like, oh man, you're really out here doing it. You made it. And I'm like, no, dude. Like you have to go on like 5 tours before you made it, unless you're like
yeah,
Post Malone and you have this like shadow cabal behind you planning your every
yeah.
first move to make it look natural. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna
Right.
speak on that anymore. It's just like the idea I've talked about it before, but the idea of overnight success is really just like a heavily engineered thing that's
Yeah,
just
it's
been
not
taught
real.
to us. It's not a real
Not real.
narrative. So I feel like this time around, like it's literally just like, oh, okay, this festival dates like main stage is in a park. Sweet, like we're gonna make it loud enough to people on the other side of the park and hopefully
Exactly.
come over and hear us. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Um,
Exactly.
so I feel like just having a more healthy mentality about the whole thing is a bit better. Because I mean, I'm definitely treating myself a bit better on tour. First tour, you're just like we're getting messed up every single night because I got a show
Right.
every single night. I think what's that drink line like drinking every night because we drink to my accomplishments. And it's just like, what are you accomplishing? Man, like it's just like you're in the throes of it. You haven't even started. You know what I mean? So it's just like
Right.
celebrating too early. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent or nothing like that.
Nah, you're good, man. This your interview. No, people getting the chance to know you. I mean, I'm listening. I'm sitting there like, dang, I don't know. It seemed like you learned a lot about like just growth as an artist over the last year, really. Like how to carry yourself and how to handle this.
I mean, cause like a lot of the artists that I work with and are friends with, I I like to use the term studio musician is because it's like they're very refined. Like their sound is very refined. They might, I mean, many of them do have a lot more streams than I do, and because of that, they have like just the numbers make it look like a certain way, but they maybe have like 4 or 5 live shows between them. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
combined. So it's two different monsters having to deal with like an online persona and then having to carry that persona's weight in real time in real life. I've talked about it a little bit before, but I feel like in the past, even last tour, I think I was coming into who I am now, but I feel like it's like, yo, there is no persona. Like I don't even introduce myself as my legal name anymore. If you meet
Yeah.
me outside, I am Big Mookie. Like this isn't I didn't wear this. I'm not wearing this because I had an interview today. Like you can ask anybody I know. I'm just the guy that dresses crazy with all the chains. Like I'm people say I'm the wish.com Jake Paul, which I just have to take on the chin. I had the beard first, but like, you know what I mean? Like this is just me. This is just I'm not like it's not a costume anymore. It's not a persona. Big Mookie is just who I am. So I feel like it's almost like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders. Um, I don't know. Let's say taking on
I
a
got a
moniker.
question.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I got a question. So, did you choose Big Mookie or did Big Mookie choose you?
That's a great question. So my mom Mookie is what my mom called me growing up. That was her name for me.
Okay.
I don't really know what it. I mean, I think it's just an Eastern European like sweet name, like
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know, like babushka, like you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I never thought too much into it. But initially, when I started making music, because my like the shortened version of my legal name is Mac,
Okay.
so like Big Mac, and I was a big kid, so Big Mac was just what I was known as, and then after dropping like mixtape, you're just like, yo, nobody can Google me ever because my name is the world's most popular sandwich. Like Big Mac is already the SEO on Big Mac is already cooked. You know what I mean? No,
Pretty
but not
much.
so unless I'm rapping about sandwiches, I'm pretty fucked on that end.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so before I got too much traction or dropped any like more music, for a lot of reasons I chose Big Mooky just so I didn't have to change it too much. For one, I kept it big, but like Mooky is a name that's near and dear to my heart because that's the name my mom chose for me, not my dad. So it's like I rather bear that name, if
Is,
anything.
is your are your parents from like Eastern Europe?
My mom's like second generation, like Polish
Okay.
Russian immigrant. So like her house was all speaking different languages. I didn't get to grow up around that. Like, most of them had died by the time I could speak. So I like while my dad was in my life, I grew up around a very like typical Midwestern like white house. But they could actually cook. Like two of my aunt has a couple restaurants that have been on like diners, drive-ins, and dives, and like best things
Yeah.
I ever ate and shit like that. So they like I got spoiled a little bit cooking wise. Um, now that I'm like now that I'm a visitor in a different cultural space, and like I don't know if you've met my wife, but she's also part of the community. She's black, so like I've I've now been witness to how food cannot be seasoned at all by white people, and I'm just like, yo, I didn't grow up with that shit. Like my shit's been tasted like if it wasn't spice, it was butter at least type shit.
Like it was at least butter or something.
Yeah,
Like some salt, even just some pepper, something.
something on there. Some. I was eating some Food Network type shit.
Like so you've been around some food. Like
Oh man, I can eat,
you've
dude.
explored. You've
Absolutely.
explored.
Absolutely. My future father-in-law, his ribs, man. I'll just at this point I'll just buy slabs of ribs and bring it to him. And I don't even see him. It's like a service. And then like I'll go pick up 3 racks of just the best ribs you could ever taste, man. Did that come through good on my mic? My mic's a
I about to
little too.
say it crackled a little bit. I was making sure it wasn't my end, but yeah, now you're good now.
All right, bet.
But
I like your
no,
fit,
don't
by the way.
you said what?
I like your fit, man.
Oh yeah, man. Straight up, man. Had a show. Look, I knew who I was rocking with today, so I had to match what I knew was coming to the screen.
Hey, I
You feel me?
appreciate that. See, I feel
Like,
naked
ev-
without the hat, man. So you're beating me on the bucket hat,
look,
man.
to anybody
Uh,
watching this, when he says that he dresses like how he dresses now is how he is outside, yes, he is not capping. Every time I've seen him, he has
there
been
you go.
like chains on, like rings on, like that's just how he
Uh,
shows up. All
I
of
just
that.
like
That's
shiny
really how he
things,
shows up.
man. Yep. We got Chrome Heart on the lid today. Yep. Said to pray. I was like, oh, I do have a hat, real quick.
Something going on with your mic, man.
Hold on. You hear me better now?
Yep, a lot better now.
All right, bet. All right, bet.
Look, but all right. So what? All right. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Switch it up a little bit for the people that are interested to get to really, really know you. Just know the creativity and the mindset behind Big Mookie. First of all, what is something that's important to the message that you pushing with your music? Like, what do you really want people to know about you?
Um, I have a lot of lyrics about peace and love. I know that sounds really
Oh,
hippy
no, there go
dippy,
that
but
mic again. There go that mic again. There go that mic again. It's doing the thingy thing.
can you hear me better now? Is that better?
Yeah, yeah, that's good too. Yeah.
Okay. I have a lot of lines in my music about peace and love. And I know that sounds very hippy dippy, um, but especially coming from a white dude. But just like every day that I turn on the news or look at social media or anything, I'm happy like that I stand by that message. I don't want to be promoting anything else. Um, I think my first bio on Spotify was "Love is the Legacy," and I try to say that at the end of all of my shows or at some point in all of my releases. But I mean, you can ask anybody I do business with, or even people that like I just have a little conversation with or running with at the store. When I leave your site, I say peace and love because I just like it sounds so Taylor Swifty or like Disney, but it's just like we need more of that, man. Like we need
Yeah,
more of that
definitely.
in every single community, every single aspect of what we're going on. Um, don't get like I have music that is a bit more aggressive, and I do talk about like sometimes violent imagery, but I'm talking about my passion, like on the feeling of a certain thing. I never want
Yeah,
to like peace and love is what I'm all about, dude. So I mean, I love mosh pits, but as soon as somebody's getting hurt, like I'm stopping the show. You know what I mean?
absolutely. I feel
So I
that.
mean, if you're trying to figure out more about me, I like weed. I like people that let other people do what they need to do as long as they're not hurting anybody. And I like throwing crazy shows. That's that's pretty much
And
it.
now that's saying a lot though. So like what what keeps you going? Like, okay, so your message is your message. Is that what inspired you to get started, or is it something else that's behind you that's got you like fired up to go?
That's a really good question, man. I think probably when I first started, I mean, Mac Miller was a really cool inspiration at the time. Like back in the Dat Piv days when he just dropped the first his kids tape, like that was a big inspiration for
Yeah.
me. But I just like what was cool about that tape is that he's not really talking about anything at all. He's not trying to make any political points. He's not talking about how he's in the streets. He's not even talking about emotionality. He's just like, I wanted to make scrambled eggs with like pancakes, but I had to make waffles instead because I was lazy. Like that's literally like, what are you even talking about, man? He's got a whole song about like we could smoke inside or we could smoke outside, and I'm just like, oh okay, because he came at it from such like a lackadaisical place. Because like I mean, the counterpart of that is that I'm listening to everything Lil Wayne and Gucci Mane has ever released. I mean,
Right.
so that's all their albums at the time, but also all their mixtape. Because you got to remember, their mixtape game was insane.
Yeah, the
So just
mixtape
like I'm
game's
listening
crazy.
to this really strange, like lackadaisical, seemingly like new wave Jewish white boy stuff, and then I'm also listening to two of the goats talk about like I'm selling crack, or it's just like Lil Wayne talking about like, yo, the world's in my hands and it can be in your hands too. Which it's just like it's all coming at three very, very, very different places. So I mean, I almost forgot the question at this point. What inspires me?
Like
What's got me
what
on that movement right now? I
yeah.
mean, I feel like with each time that I make a song, anytime that I'm honest with myself about what I'm releasing, because like when I first dropped the mixtape as Big Mac, I was trying to do a lot of emulation. You know what I mean? I wasn't really
Yeah.
honest with where I was at. And then once I started dropping under Big Mooky, it's just like I'm meeting myself where I'm at in real time and making music for somebody as if they were going through the same thing. And I've been reached out to by people at this point in like three different languages telling me that like, hey man, your song made me feel okay to be myself. Or like it's even gotten to the point where I had somebody reach out to me in Portuguese. I had to use Google Translate, which wasn't great at the time. But it roughly translated to like, yo, your song kept like stopped me from wanting to kill myself that night.
Wow.
And I was like, that's
Wow.
I think like moments like that I can't really ignore number one, but they've definitely helped shape where I'm at now and where I want the message of the music to be. I mean, when you like write a song, you're like, man, I hope somebody feels this, right? But it's just like when it gets to the point where like somebody feels this to a point where they're changing their lives for the better, or like, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
got to be the goal at this point. Um, that brings me to a really good point. What's got me so fired up right now is that my homie's son has brain cancer, um, and I mean, the cost of living right now is insane. We're in a
it's
recession. Everybody
insanity,
knows
man.
that. And on top
Yeah,
of having a kid, on top of having a kid with medical needs, on top of having a kid
right.
with the worst possible medical needs. I mean, an MRI for a grown man, even if you have the best insurance, is like $800 out of pocket right now.
It's eight
So
hundred
imagine
dollars
having
out
to
of
do like
pocket.
5 MRIs like a month, dude. You know, and that's like just one of the many things you got to do. So
Yep.
we're putting on this. We're putting on this show on August 14th in Raleigh. To all the money goes to his son, man. All the money goes to the treatment. Um, it just I know it's not gonna be enough, but hopefully it starts a conversation. You know what I mean? Hopefully people are
Right.
like,
If
oh, I can.
anything,
It's just I'm already I'm already up there rapping about peace and love and rhyming with a cause and a purpose. So I might as well stand on business, man. Like I might as like you know
absolutely.
what I mean. So that's what's really got me fired up right now. The show's oh my gosh, it's Sunday, so the show's literally on Thursday. Um, but that's really where my head's been since we booked this show.
Man, I think, and I want anybody that sees this, because this is dropping in the, after right now, guys. For those of you that don't know, we switch things up. Normally we do this as a live, but now we're doing this as a pre-recorded. So this is gonna drop in a couple of days. And so when you watch this, I'll need you to know that in 2 days, this show goes down. And y'all need to be there front and center. Make sure y'all bring your dollars out, because it's going towards an amazing cause. I mean, we got to look out for each other in this world in particular, because, hey, without each other, what we got, you know? So make sure y'all check out the show. Make sure y'all show some love. Make sure y'all send something. And I'm gonna make sure I do the same thing, man. Like, for real, that's something great right there, man.
I
No doubt.
appreciate that, man.
No doubt. No doubt.
There's too many people out here that are doing this for the wrong reasons. I mean,
Facts.
having gone on the first tour, even like leading up to the tour, obviously when you're starting out, you do a lot of showcase shows, which, as you know, can oftentimes be the most like exploitative shows, not only in terms of
Yes.
money, but in terms of time and in terms of your own, like what your own image is being used for.
Yep.
So, I mean, I've talked about it before, but just like I want as many people to know it as possible. Like, oh, you still there? Whoop. What I wanted to say was if anybody claims to know the secret or have an immediate solution, they don't. Did you hear any of that? Yo, we back?
Yeah, back out. What the world is happening? Like,
This is
you know
crazy.
what it is?
Crazy. I can kind of hear you.
You can kind of hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you better now.
Oh, I can hear you better now too. You know what it is? Good stuff dropping. And when you trying to do something good, that's when stuff starts happening.
Dude, don't I know,
Like,
man? Ask me about my last week, dude. It's
what happened with you last week?
Dude.
Look, what happened?
So, for those of you that don't know, because I try to keep it private sometimes, I'm in the hemp industry. Oh my lord, I'm gonna tell the story anyway. Where'd he go? I'm in the hemp industry, so we sell legal cannabis to stores and various businesses. Okay, there he is. There he is. Can you hear me now? You hear me?
Can't hear you, big dog.
Damn. This is wild, man.
Oh.
Here
Hold
we
on,
go.
I got you. I got you. Hold on, I got you. I'm gonna do something real quick. We're gonna do something real fast, y'all.
Hey.
There we go.
There we
Man,
go. That was
I'm
crazy.
sitting there like I I didn't think I'd have to do anything. I didn't think even that would work, but shoot. I was like, let me see if I can play around with this, y'all. Gosh, like this is hey, we here. We here. But
It's okay.
I,
They got a nice
I
view of my
I'm a
receding hairline.
I'm I'm upset because I asked you that question and missed the response.
No, it's okay. I'll tell you again. I didn't know
Yeah,
what I was
please,
supposed to do.
man. Like,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, yeah. No, it's okay. So I work my day job. I work in the legal cannabis industry. So like THCA and all that stuff. Um, I was making deliveries, headed on Capitol, right towards downtown. Like you seen the skyline at this point.
Yeah.
Me and my lady get pulled over. We're going 5 under the speed limit. So they said we were going 1 over, which still isn't pull overable, but they can. The shit's not in my trunk because I got stuff in my trunk too, so they can
Right.
smell it. I explain what I'm doing. I'm like, yo, we're literally going to a pharmacy, like an actual pharmacy. I can show you all my paperwork, like everything I got is legal. What do you? And then like 2, 3, 4, like I think 5 squad cars pulled up, dude. It felt like a 5 speed, like a 5-star chase, dude. Like GTA, dude. Like literally, what? So they kept asking me if is there anything else in the car, and it was like, well, we have our event stuff. Like we have like a table, we have like a tablecloth because we do this at farmers markets. Like there's no part of this that's not a legitimate
Right.
business right now. I know what it looks like, and they're like, all right, we're gonna get you out of the car and search the vehicle because it smells crazy. And I'm like, well, it's gonna smell like, what do you mean?
Gonna smell
So,
crazy. I just showed you why.
and then if anybody whose car has been searched, if you're in the vehicle, that means they have to take you out of the vehicle. If they take you out of the vehicle, that means they have to search you. So they asked the second question is, do you have anything on your person? Which of course I do. So I I was like, yeah, I've got a gun on me. Um, it's not like a crazy monster gun like cops carry. Like, have you ever seen what a Glock can actually do to anything? Like, nobody should have. Like, that's just crazy.
I
So
have.
I had a tiny 380, man, tiny little
Yeah.
pocket rocket, not hurting anybody. Like in an army bag type shit. And they're like, oh, okay, but like they could only get me on the gun, so they seized everything. They took like $5,000 worth of good West Coast shit, man. And
Wow.
yeah, and they took my gun, but like
Hey.
they
Hey,
couldn't get me on anything except for not having my papers on the. So it's like,
hey, look, man. I'm a prayerful person. I'd be thanking God for my freedom, cause
oh no,
man,
literally,
for
man.
real.
Like when they said get out of the car, I was like, oh, I'm going to jail right now. I am
Yeah, you like
going
you
to jail
already know it.
because I not. I mean, know something about me. I've been where when it didn't go the right way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Without a gun present. So this like in that moment, I was just like, dude, it's over. It is
it
over.
is over. Oh my
So the
gosh.
fact that I got to complain about it at a bar after, I was like, dang. You know what I mean? That's
Ain't going
holy
right,
cow.
like
Whew.
boy. Thank God for Big Mookie's freedom, because boy, that could have went crazy.
Dude,
That could have went crazy.
the thing that was the
Oh,
weirdest thing to me is that, well, not even, but like they tore up some of the flyers for for the show on Thursday. Doesn't even have my face on it.
that,
Like it didn't
that,
even have. It's like it literally says all proceeds go to cancer treatment benefit show Juice Lord. Like
they tear up anything.
what?
When they search you, man, they tear up anything. Like shout out to the good cops out there and all that, but when they search you, they tear up anything. I seen them tear people's car seats out. Like it gets
Well, that's
crazy.
I mean. I've also seen people hide crazy shit in the car seat.
Exactly.
Granted,
So it's like I'm not
granted.
blaming the cop for
Yeah.
doing his job, but yeah, I've seen some car seats get pulled completely out.
No, I ain't trying to give the RPD any more news attention than they already need.
Look,
But yeah, it's
unless
been
it
a
unless
crazy
it
week.
says unless it says Big Mooky headline and we ain't trying to see it on the news.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Like
Not all press is good press,
not
y'all.
all press is good press, but boy, like I don't. Okay, look, them moments make you start thinking about life differently, because I've definitely had them moments before too, and it's like you be sitting there like, dang, this really could have just went any kind of direction, and wasn't even like you really wasn't doing nothing crazy.
Nah, dude, I was literally clocked in like 9 to 5, clocked in. I wasn't riding dirty or anything. Because sometimes if I'm in my own car, I might be like have something rolled. You know what I mean? Like I was doing
Yeah,
everything by the book for once, other than my gun, obviously. But yeah, no, I'm glad to be outside on a Sunday. Let's just say that. Let's
I'm
say that.
telling you, man, that's crazy. All right, so have you look, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but have you ever well, I think you said that you've been like jammed up before.
So when that's part of the reason. So like because I started a record label before. I promise I'm gonna answer that question. It'll get
Yeah,
there. I went to film school. Uh, just the weirdest school that you could go to that wasn't clown college. No, but like my other passion besides music is film, which is why like I edit pretty much everything, like all my own shit. Um, but as soon as I got there, I was like, this isn't a crazy enough gamble. Let's start a music label. Like let's start a record label. And I wasn't even rapping yet. I was producing because I was just sort of working behind the scenes. But when I think it was the first like couple weeks of my sophomore year, um, money was just really tight, and I just wanted to help my mom out as much as possible. And I don't know, you just you get in with the wrong people, or you get in with the right people at the wrong time, wrong place. You know what I mean? You've heard the like
exactly.
I got I got picked up with a bunch of it was I mean nothing crazy. It was just weed, but it was like a large amount, and it was all pre-bagged, and like I had a giant bag full of pre-bagged grams. I had a giant bag full of pre-bagged 3.5s, and this is before like smoke shops even had Delta 8 or anything. So there's really no like even crazy story I can come up with to how I like got this from a store. It just looks like it's so crazy. Like the intent to sell was so obvious. Um, but yeah, they picked me up. They didn't read me my Miranda rights. They searched all of my shit without any consent or without they didn't even have like know that I had been smoking prior, so they didn't have any like intent to like to get around that. They would have needed a warrant. Um, we had bought less than. This whole case has already been dismissed. Like, shit's expunged. I mean, not dismissed, but like, I'm fine. Like, I can vote now, type shit.
Yeah,
It was initially 3 felonies. Because I mean, it was a little less than 2. We bought like 2 ounces initially, sold at over an ounce. So I knew for a fact that I had less than an ounce on me. But when they took it down to, they took me down to a prelim station, like a satellite station they called it, before they took me downtown to get processed. And they had like this lady with a mullet, like the greasiest mullet I've ever seen. She's a cop, uniformed
Like the
officer.
greasiest
Fuck that
mud is
shit.
crazy.
I don't even know if she had a scale back there, but she took it to a room and she came out and she was like, "This is over 3 ounces." And dude, they had me cuffed up and sitting down. I popped up like a dolphin, and I said bullshit. And then like 3 or 4 officers just like jumped on me to like give me the bag to sit down. And I was like, "Yo, like that's not possible. That's not even possible." Like I know the weight of the bags, so even if you didn't take the flour out, which I know you didn't, and just weighed it in all of the bags, it wouldn't even weigh that much.
Oh.
So I mean, where the law was at the time, I knew that if it was less than an ounce, it's a misdemeanor, not a felony. But because they said it was over 3 ounces, that's 3 felonies. They made it 3 separate charges. So it was like 3 felony accounts of possession, but also felony account of intent to sell, felony account of paraphernalia, like selling paraphernalia, because I had like a scale and shit, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, anybody who's been charged for something like that knows that a lot of those charges are just different words for the same shit.
Yeah.
But it just like they spread it out. Like they asked, "Hey, ChatGPT, can you say this 20 times?" I mean, each one of those things is a fucking felony, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, luckily, I was like, "Oh yeah, they didn't read me my rights." So like, they as soon as I told the first, like I called the first lawyer, like, "Hey, is that?" So they got. I mean, I think they got that cop. Like, they put him on like traffic duty or some shit. I don't know. Like, so that's some sort of justice to come from it, if anything. But like, dude, they kicked me out of school. Obviously, I mean, because they can't like have a fucking like kingpin felon on campus or whatever. So they kicked me out of school, and it was impossible for me to get any sort of work, which would like to help my mom, which was originally what the intent was. But like, that's why they call it like the trap, I guess, because it's like that. It just sort of like you're just sort of pushed right back into that sort of situation. So I mean, that's what really inspired me. It was like, fuck, dude, if I can't go to film school, this music thing has to be it. So it was just like, I literally started rapping like the rent was due because the rent was due. So here we are. But yeah, I was in Winston-Salem jail, not prison, never been to prison. And then I've also been institutionalized in Holly Hill, but that's a tale for another day, I guess.
Yeah, for tell for another day. That's what he's saying, people. He don't want to tell that right now. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a crazy story. Like, yeah, your life is a little wild, man. But like, it sounds like you be trying to like just get yourself right, and then stuff go down around it. So like so. All right, I ain't gonna ask that question because I don't want you saying that you don't need to say it. But all in all, man, so like you're doing music and you're touring. What's the farthest out that you've toured? Is it Florida? Like
yeah,
it's Florida.
Florida
So
for now. Yeah.
so like as far as like artists that are out right now, who would you want to like do a collaboration with? Like somebody big, somebody underground. Who would you want to do a collaboration with?
I mean, I love what's going on right now in Raleigh music and Raleigh hip hop. I feel like we're finally starting to get our flowers, so to speak. So I mean, I think they just formed a super group called the Home Team, but folks like Les the Genius, if you know who that is, that's a. I've been in circles very like close to him for a long time, but never like been able to bridge that gap. Um, ooh, Tia Kareem is somebody for sure. She was one of the double XL freshmen last year. She did hopscotch, but she's from Winston Salem. She was doing shows while I was in school, um, and she had a song with OG Spliff. That's another one who I'd love to collab with. That was the first guy I ever opened for. Um, I mean, in terms of dream collabs, Trippy Red. Um,
I could see that.
right?
I could see that.
I feel like we have a very similar, like, sort of gothic, like, stadium rock mixed with, like, emo track,
Yeah.
like, aesthetic. But I mean, he's worked with a lot of other artists that I like, you know what I mean? R.I.P. Juice and stuff like that, R.I.P. Pete.
Yeah.
Um, he's worked with Baby Goth. I have a Baby Goth feature coming out. Well, you're the first to hear about that.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
that was a team collaboration. Yeah, we met her out in
Hey.
Vegas during the BET Hip Hop Awards. R.I.P. the BET Hip Hop Awards. That's it.
Right.
But,
RIP the BET Hip Hop Awards. Right.
yeah, well,
Yo.
let me unplug this real quick.
Oh yeah, you good, you good, you good. Yeah, for those of y'all that did not get the news, yes, the BET Hip Hop, those awards are done.
Oh, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
there's no BET awards anymore, y'all. He said suspended indefinitely.
Which I mean, people were saying that the quality's dropped. I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, obviously, I've only been like an at-home viewer for the first however many I was alive.
They've been
That
getting
was the
creepy.
first, but
To me, they've been getting kind of creepy. Like cause I'm sitting there like we already know like you giving conspiracy theorists everything they could possibly need to talk about your award show because y'all be up here doing some creepy looking stuff and calling it culture. I don't be seeing that in my culture, so I don't be knowing what the hell they talking about.
I feel it.
Like, but like, I don't know. That's what it is to me. But other people got other opinions. They feel like the quality of the artist has not necessarily been much to really look at. Which I mean, that's because so many people copying something they already saw.
That's what I talk
That's what
about
it
clone
is.
culture all the time, dude. It's such a big problem here. I'm gonna walk right over here with
Oh
you.
yeah, you good.
Ooh. Oh yeah, nice. But I mean, I feel like if you're going into the booth with the sole goal of just trying to sound like somebody else, not with your own spin on it, but literally just for the like, I want to like.
I want to
I'll talk
sound
about
like this
Playboy
person.
Cardi. A lot of people talk like, "Hey, I want to sound like Playboy Cardi just because I want to like I want to have that clout or like some piece of that clout." And
Yeah,
honestly, man, if you're not saying anything with your chest, I know I'm a visitor in this space, but I don't think that's hip hop. You know, like I don't you know
yeah.
if you're
I
not saying anything, that's
you
that's
talk,
from you. I mean, that's obviously sampling and remix are different things because you're taking something that already exists and literally putting your spin and your spice on it. But I feel like a lot of clown culture is just completely devoid of heart and feeling.
I feel like thought culture took over, and see a lot of times when people say thought culture, they talk about just the women. I'm talking about the men too.
Dude,
The
no,
men did
there's
some
way
very
more
thoughty
men.
looking things. Like
Dude, thoughts
so,
are worse.
like yeah, like it got to the point where people really just every year we already know what to expect: nudity and nude lyrics. That's it. Like, and then and I'm sorry, and it's not that that is it. It's that is what's highlighted, and that is what we see getting highlighted every year. Like, and it just I don't know. I think the BET Awards could come back one day, but it won't be in 2026.
I
Like
mean, I I think it's like the same part of me that hopes they come back is the same part of me that hopes like true artistry or like lyricism or you know what I mean. Sort of come back. I sort of sound like an old head, but like I want a new golden age or something like that. I don't know, dude. I
yeah,
feel like with AI taking over, I mean, because we had clone culture even before AI, and now
we did
people are not only just like rewriting other people's songs, but now they're telling literal robots to do it. So
literally.
I don't know if we'll ever get back to what I don't know, man. Like
I'm
OG MTV and OG VH1, I don't know if we'll have even a need for it. Like,
Oh man, those are the days, right? Like we didn't realize what we had back then. Like those
oh
were
my
really
god,
the
not like
days.
being able to turn on VH1's top 40 and have it be actual like every genre. So you're
Yeah,
just like, oh, okay, I know, like Nelly's dropping a new video, but it's like, who the hell's Chris Daughtry? And now you're watching a rock video that you didn't plan on, but now you're like,
yeah,
everybody's like
yeah,
horizon and like mind is being widened. You
yep,
know, we don't have any. Everybody's like in their own little because there's content being created specifically for your niche. I mean, right
yep.
now there's being content created like some sort of I don't know about, but like I don't know. It's just like you get lost in the sauce so easily to the
Yeah,
point where you're not able to unless somebody's like, hey, I want to show you this. It's very hard to find new things outside of your niche. Because I mean, even if you try to look at Netflix per se, they've made it so you can't even find shit that's on there for everybody.
is that not crazy? Like they literally have AI'd and algorithmed everybody into a lane, and you will only see what's for you in that lane.
You don't know
And
what my lane is. You know what I mean? Like, who's to say?
like,
When did you decide what my lane was?
when did you
It's,
decide what my lane was? And now you basically control what I see. And it's soft control, but it is kind of like if this is all I see, then this is all I know that that's out there. That's the soft part of the control part. Yeah, it's kind of weird too because like I don't think that we'll ever have another them VH1 days. I don't think we're gonna have those waking up in the morning and seeing the new video from on MTV. That's how I discovered artists like Tyler the Creator,
yeah.
artists like Mac Miller. I was waking up one day, getting dressed for school, and boom, it shows up as a music video on MTV right before I could leave. That's how it happened.
Because I
Like,
mean,
hey,
there was
that's how
more
you knew
than
he was
one way.
famous.
There was more than one way to get famous. There was more than
Yeah,
one way to break a record. There was more than one way to be like. There wasn't just one copy and paste
yep,
success story. And you could literally like, oh, I'm gonna go on DatPiff every day and see what's coming in
yep,
that way, or I'm gonna go on top. Obviously, top 40 is a bit more coveted and a bit more like designed by like
yeah,
record companies. But I mean, even when Cole Bennett first started making videos, obviously he's still making videos, but it's more of a like it's an operation now. He's not
yeah. It's an
directing all of
operation.
them. You know what I mean? His name is a trademark. But like,
Yep.
oh, okay. I mean, a lot of people discovered Juice World because of the All Girls Are the Same music video. That was
Mm-hmm.
Cole's video. That was one of Cole's first videos. I mean, that used to be a cool. There used to be all these little small niche ways to either come through as a new artist or like experience new artists as a listener. And I feel like now I haven't really seen anything adapt to where there's now new. Maybe I'm just out of it. I feel like it's if you're not blowing up on TikTok, like you have to do TikTok, and that's sort of like the
Tick,
last third
TikTok.
party. You know what I mean?
TikTok is so sketch because TikTok can label you. Like TikTok can label you and the algorithm literally remove you. Like anytime it gets to your face, they remove you and I if I didn't experience this myself, I wouldn't know it to be true. But
Exactly.
that's where the algorithms kind of mess things up. So now once again, there's control on creativity. If you don't follow these rules and guidelines of how we say it should be done on this platform, which is the biggest platform where everybody is, then we just cut you off. And
So I
nobody
mean,
wants to be cut off.
no, man.
Nobody wants to be cut off.
That's why I mean, obviously, this specific instance is pre-recorded per my
Yeah.
request, which I very much appreciate. But I mean, that's why like having a live aspect of whatever you're doing, I feel like is like the last bastion between like keeping us as creatives and performers from something that like, oh, I just tweaked the algorithm and
Yes.
now like Grok 3 can just make big Mooky music all day. You know what I mean? And they can also
That's
make your
that's crazy.
visuals better. But it's just like that's why I mean I try to make each one of my shows as like visceral as possible and
Yeah.
tangible. Like, oh, he's the guy that jumped off stage. He literally threw his glasses off and smashed them. I remember that. Like that can't, you know what I mean? That can't
Yep.
be when because sometimes when I feel like when you're just watching on a stage, it's very easy to have I call it like screen syndrome, where it's just like, oh, that's not a real person. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's sort of a portal between you two.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But like I mean, because like this, the first time you go to a the biggest concert you ever been to as a kid, you're like, okay, let's see, you're seeing Prince. It's just like I've seen videos of Prince, and now I'm seeing a video of Prince from far away. Like you can't smell him. I know that's kind of gross, but it's just
Right.
like what's I didn't see the Tupac hologram, but I feel like that would sort of like shut my brain down because it's both
Right.
a live visceral experience and also a screen projection at the same time. But regardless, I feel like having some sort of tangible element to what we're doing as artists. Obviously, if you're like a painter, everything you do is tangible because you're fucking making a painting on a canvas. But I mean, I feel like for music, it's really tangible. Like, I mean, it's really important. Like, even if you're doing EPs, like do a vinyl release. I know a
Right.
lot of people are in the headspace of like people don't really do that anymore. You'd be surprised how many people want to physically be able to hold your music in their hands because
You'd be
that's
surprised,
another
people.
thing that we don't have anymore.
Yep.
Um, I don't know how we got on that, but now I'm getting really
Nah,
nostalgic.
but it's crazy because like just looking at how things have changed over a period of time. Like I remember telling somebody the other day, like I said the way that we live, we almost forget that the music industry itself is only 100 years old. Like it had a birthday. It had a birthday. Like there was a time period people really did not live the way we think life is just so normally going. I said now we got AI. I said bump it. 100 years ago, you was rich if you had a car. Now we got AI for any child to use. Like
I
this
mean,
stuff, it's crazy how much things have really progressed, and it shows in our entertainment.
yeah, it
Like we,
can. It's very easy to go down a rabbit hole about it mentally and like
oh boy,
have it become disheartening very, very fast. I, which I mean, don't get me wrong, happens like every other waking moment of my life. But the other moment, I try to think about it like because the music industry is, I mean, I guess we could say it's adolescence. You could even say it's still in its infancy, depending on how you look at it. The idea of having a fully independent artist that can isn't famous but financially stable is like we're still sort of figuring that all out together, especially in the face of AI.
right?
So it's I don't know. It depends on how you look at like pioneering, but it's just like where I mean, any idea is a good idea. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's now that I say it out loud, it does just sort of sound depressing. But regardless, I have to come out with more music and go on stage. So whatever
Exactly.
gets me to sleep, kind of.
Like I understood where you was coming from though. Like I did get that. It's when you think about, I guess it depends on what you're thinking about when you think about it. Like why are you thinking about it? Because like if you want to see where it all started, okay, yeah, you go back about 100 years and you see how people were. wanting to, well, how radio came about, like little history lesson, but radio is really what got it all kicked off. So you look at now where we went from really paying like money to see somebody actually come do this thing to now people are actually going to pay these. Can we even call them robots? Because like there's not a bunch of AI bots like walking around. Like it's really just programs.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to pay programs to do this stuff. And I now personally like just to kind of go back on something you mentioned that the Tupac hologram. Now, if I saw something like that, I'd been lit. Like what? But I also would have like now that I know what I know about just the music industry and just stuff in general. Now it's like, dang, I'd been lit, but this can go so many different kinds of ways. Like this can
Yep.
go up, this can go left, right.
I mean,
There's too many ways.
I think that's another reason why making music that really means something to you on like a deeper level or like comes from a very personal experience is important. And you're not
Yeah,
just making like rage. I mean, I like rage type beats. Don't get me wrong. I like rage rap sometimes if I'm like working out in the gym. But it's just like AI can do that in a second, bro. You tell
literally.
me an AI can't say fiend 180 times, Travis? Okay, so like I feel like as long as you position yourself as a creative to make art that like you're gonna have to make a fucking robot with a heart
Yeah,
to come out. You know what I mean?
something that I can feel
Um,
some soul out of
exactly. Because I mean, people have already been making soulless music for for a very long time.
for a
So I mean,
very
that
long time.
I'm not worried about that being recreated because it's just gonna get them out of here anyway. That can be taken the wrong way. Nobody take this clip out of context. I'm
I'm about
talking.
to say, look, they done found a meme just like that. Like they done found it. Like
I'm
got him.
talking about soulless artistry here,
He's
folks.
a
Yeah, no.
monster. He's in the Epstein's list. He's on your neck now.
You already said
They're on
it's
your
in the
neck now.
transcription now. Now we're both on a list somewhere. Oh.
Look, people don't cancel me before I can get my wings flying. Look, we just artists out here making it happen.
Just
So
let me purchase some real estate before I get canceled. Okay, at
you know
least
what I'm
let me.
saying? Like
I want to be on house arrest in my house that I own. Like shit. Like,
like
that's all I'm asking.
do,
That's
do
all.
what do what you do after I get what I came for. Just whatever, right? But man, it's been real talking to you, man. Like what
Always.
what like with the last like minute some odd seconds, tell the people like what to expect from you coming up.
All right, man. Coming into the fall, we're ending the tour on a high note. I'm putting together two different dream teams of local artists that I look up to,
Okay.
and just having one to rock out with. So that's gonna be really cool. If you're not local, I'm dropping like 3 or 4 new singles before the end of the year. I'm not doing the EP route right now, just all singles because they're all their own vibe, and we're also dropping not one but two visuals, full music videos, which will be my first in like 2 or 3 years. So that's pretty big.
Okay. All right, y'all. So man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Feel like I learned a lot about you today. Um,
Not a
feel
lot of
like I
people know
learned a
that
lot
stuff.
about you. Like good stuff too. Good stuff too. Like got to actually like explore what it's like sitting across from Big Mooky or sitting right here digitally with Big Mooky and getting the chance to talk to you. Because I've seen you a lot, but I don't feel like we've ever actually like really chatted in depth.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's always like we just smoking or like, when's the show? Where's the green room?
Yeah,
We
like
need
yeah, man. I'm getting
water.
ready to do my thing right now. Like guys, I've really like for those of you watching, like I've known Big Mookie for a while, and he's actually performed. Your tour that you did, you came to one of my events at K Mix, the battle event, the Booming with the
Yep,
Family event. Yep, you came to that, and that was my first time actually getting the chance to like see you in your element and do your thing. Like, guys, he is a performer. He really does his stuff. Then I got the chance to see you with the chance to star music festivals. So like, you've been on one, and every time I see you, you bring a good show.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Y'all, make sure to tap in with me on Instagram at Big Mooky Music, and then on all DSPs and streaming platforms, it's just Big Mooky, BIGNOOKY. Please listen. I appreciate you. Even if you don't like it, let me know. Send me a DM, write a comment.
He
Appreciate it.
says
Let's
keep
talk
it real
about it.
with him, y'all. He says keep it real with him, y'all. Make sure
Absolutely.
y'all follow your boy at the BT5 Series. And it is your host, Brass. You can follow my personal page at BrassOT9. But really, fill up that BT5 series. When you see the clip of this video right here, run it up, collab, share, tell people about it. Go, oh my God, it's Big Mookie. Like, really go crazy for it because, like, we got some good things coming here. And be at the show on Thursday, y'all. If you a fan, or if you just looking for some vibes, or you looking to just do a good thing, be at the show on Thursday, y'all. One love to everybody involved. Hey, Big Mookie, it's been real, man. Y'all be blessed out there. We out.